on screen?
It's a lot of fun. It is, I remember I came to Los Angeles, I don't know, back in November. I got to watch two of them, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday. It was great. You know, you watch them and you see everything kind of unfold for the first time, all in one set piece. And I had my version of the project, and those were the novels. And then you hand it over, and they take the story, but they kind of added different elements to a vision. And it's really a lot of fun to see how it comes out and to see how everyone did, and it was great.
Do you ever get nervous about how they're going to pay justice to your work?
The first time when I did Message in a Bottle, because that was a long time ago, and that was really neat. You know, you sit there in this little screen and you're watching it up there, and they're like, well, Teresa, and you're like, hey, I picked that name. You go into this whole movie like, wow, that's so cool. You know, and then you're like, oh yeah, what's happening in the film?
Right.
It was neat. But now I'm able to sit back and watch it, I think, a little bit more objectively.
Nice, nice. So moving on to the next question, we have one from Judd M. for Julianne. Miley has such a huge following from her previous, more comedic roles. What was it like working with her on a more dramatic role?
It's interesting, actually, because I didn't know Miley was such a huge star when I first started working with her, because I've got two boys and they're 5 and 18 months outside the demographic. And so I just approached her as an actress. And I just could tell immediately that she's just got this amazing kind of complexity and depth and as a person, and is so bold as an actress. If any challenges that I threw out to her emotionally, she would meet, and more so. It was a complete joy working with her as an actress.
Have you gotten more familiar with her work prior?
I really hope you haven't watched any of my other stuff.
I think she's fantastic in that, and it's a testament to her range, really, as an actress.
You have been bumping her music?
You can't avoid her music.
Let's check out the next question. It's from Emily. This is for Miley. Do you have advice for young actresses looking for their chance at making it big?
I think, the biggest thing is, for me, is my dad has always been like, just perfect your craft and like make it the way that you live your life, and just always, never stop studying. That's kind of what my dad does. I mean, I don't think my dad and I ever watch a movie where we're not like, wow, that was a really good performance. I would love to take something from that actress from this. So he just always says, never stop studying, don't ever stop learning, and kind of the minute I think that you think you're the best is the minute that all kind of falls apart. You've got to just continue to know that there's people out there that could be great teachers for you, and just always keep your eyes open for that.
That's great advice. Great advice. So this is for everybody. Who are you most nervous to work with from Savannah?
Greg. It was so difficult when we first met. We had our very first table read.
See, the thing is
I just knew.
You see, if the camera is not on him, then you're in big trouble.
But
why is that?
Because they'll say the weirdest things before you tape, and then he's like, then you have to be serious. But then if it's on his thing, we don't even like look at him because he's like all method and like weird.
I can't leave. That's why I didn't want to put this movie on a leash. So is this a fair assessment, Greg? Would you like to?
Yeah, like off camera, if it's your shot, you're like coughing and you're like acting all weak, and then if it's our thing, you're like behind the thing.
Cross-eyed.
I'm kidding.
Guilty
I
as
think we
charged.
have a question for
You're
Greg.
never gonna
What attracted you to the role of Miley's dad? Well, now.
Okay. What you got for that, Greg?
God,
Way to weasel
God
out of that,
knows,
Greg.
man. No idea. No, I thought I thought that's not true, by the way. That's completely
Oh,
not
it's
true.
totally true.
Oh, maybe when we were out at the beach or something.
There was a particular scene where
It was one
we
scene.
had it.
One small
I don't
scene.
remember you guys getting to Othello on the cassette either. In all due respect. All right, so working as Miley. Well, I too, I actually have young daughters, but they're so young that I hadn't approached some of the TV shows, so I didn't really know a lot about them. Just how, Miley's the scope of her fame, and like how many people would show up to the set at the end of the day. I mean, I thought I'd worked with some famous actors. There were crowds. It was like the Beatles out there waiting to get the spot you getting into your car and taking off at the end of the day. It's pretty remarkable.
For you.
I found out they weren't, and, but it was pretty remarkable. But I thought the script was nice. I really thought that it had some nice human themes in it, and Julianne's done some wonderful work at the BBC and had done a film that was amazing. Up the mountain.
Coming down
Coming
the
down the mountain. Sorry, not
That's
up,
okay,
not
I
up. Coming
forgot
down.
what
Coming down the mountain. A really great film that has some beautiful subtlety in it, and just and she talked a lot about trying to find some of those elements and incorporate them into this movie as well. There's a way to do this movie where I think it could be very heavy-handed, very sentimental, and I think she managed to avoid that, and that was good.
You know, you guys have touched on something I definitely want to address, because you do have this phenomenon around you. But somehow you manage to stay really real. Like, I was talking to a couple of friends of mine that are like huge fans of yours, and they were saying, what I love about Miley is how real she is. Like, all her YouTube videos just keep it super real, and they're like, how does she do it? Because she's this phenomenon. How do you do it?
I don't know. I think I'm a little bit crazy. And I think you just have to, well, I've grown up in it. It's not like it was immediately like some big change in my lifestyle. I mean, I've kind of like been around that my whole life. And not to mention, I don't know, it's again, I think my dad is probably like the biggest part of that. Is again, he's always saying never stop learning. You know, there's always going to be someone out there that you think is better than you or something. That's just always keep your mind open, because there's so much more to learn. And the minute you think you're the best is usually when things just, kind of make a turn for the worst.
Shout out to your dad for doing a good job with this one. All right, so next question is for Nicholas and it's from Aaron. A lot of your books have sad endings. Does this one?
Well, how about I answer it like this?
It's a tricky one.
Yeah, we don't want to say exactly how movies end. We want them to go see the film.
course.
I think you can say that my work pretty much covers all of the emotion of life at one time or another in the film. So you're going to see Miley angry. You're going to see happiness, anger. You're going to see love. You're going to see joy, frustration. Sadness is part of life. So certainly that's part of it, because I think that adds to the whole experience of a film like this. You go in and you experience all the emotions of life in 1 hour and 45 minutes, and when you do that, it's as if you've lived a mini life by the time you finish, and that's what you take out of a film like this. So yeah, there will be something sad in there, I promise.
But I did not blow the ending.
Well, there you go.
Let's see now the next question. This is from Miley. From Lily, what was it like working with Liam? Were you excited when he was cast? Were you familiar with him?
Not necessarily. He didn't really know my stuff either, so that's okay. But I was like excited, especially, because this was a kind of a breakout role for me. People obviously like knew who I was, but mostly from the show, not something from this. So that made it was kind of like a new experience for both of us. I know he's worked a lot in Australia and stuff, but it was kind of a big thing for him here in the States. So it was kind of, even though they were different, we were still sharing something in common, which I thought was really cool. And if he was better looking, I probably would have been really excited. But the fact that he was ugly kind of made me less intimidated.
True. It's a mutual feeling.
Yeah. Thanks, babe.
I love this. I wanted a reality show like this. All right, so next
We'd have no fans left.